Hi guys, and welcome officially to Asia O'Hara Home. My name is Asia O'Hara, and we are going to have an incredible time on this channel. Now, first things first, today we are going to be decorating this lovely woodland rustic themed tree for my bedroom. So stick around, it's going to be a blast. Okay, so here's our girl. She's 9 foot tall, heavily flocked. She's seen some better days, so she's gonna be perfect actually for this rustic woodland theme. So let's get to it. So I like to start with the topper of the tree most of the time. I like to start at the top and work my way down. So here I am going in with some cute little frosted eucalyptus stems, and I'm just going to begin to build a perimeter or a shape of my topper so I have something to work off of. And then I have these cute giant, well, maybe they're regular size snowshoes, I believe. I don't know, I'm from Texas. I don't know what snowshoes look like, but I'm gonna use these as a focal point. So I'm putting them right at the top, off center of the tree, and I'm wiring them in with some floral wire to just hold them in place. Just regular basic floral wire. So I'll do one and then the other one offset. So we've got a focal point to look at. And then I have some slightly wilted faux pampas grass stems, and I'm going to go in between the eucalyptus stems to break that up and to add some more softness, because the flocking of the tree is such a cool white color, and these are a warm creme fraiche vibe. So we're gonna break up all of our different colors with these, and they also the texture is nice and fluffy, so it works really well against the flocking. Now we have, these are some of my absolute favorites. They have just a kiss, a sprinkling of a nice chunky medium-sized glitter. They're also eucalyptus. I believe this is silver dollar eucalyptus. And what you see me doing here is just opening up each stem, each pick. Normally when you get these, they're kind of closed off, like they've been in a ponytail, so you just want to free them up and give them a little bit of life and make sure all of their little stems and branches are separated and free and just living their best life here in our tree. Oh, I love these. Love. And then I'll take some down the body of the tree just a little bit, so there's not such a hard line of demarcation from the topper to the tree. And then I'll kind of maneuver and move some of the branches of the tree in between them to make them look realistic. Now these are, I believe this is eucalyptus as well, and they're a brown color, which is somewhat unconventional for me, but they work well in this tree. I actually got these on sale after fall. I don't really do fall decorations much, but I do like to go and see what I can find in the stores that I can use for other seasons, primarily Christmas. So these add a great deal of texture because they have a silky kind of satin finish, but they're so deep and rich in color. And here you're seeing my juggling skills. I'm terrible, but I have these oversized presents that I'm going to cascade through the tree. I believe these are the largest things next to the snowshoes, so I like to do those first and get those out of the way. Now it's time for ribbon, my favorite part. I'm taking a piece of floral wire, and this ribbon is a flocked furry ribbon, and it has a little bit of lame running through it, so it has some sheen. And I'm going to do a bow tutorial later, so I can really give you guys the details of how I make these bows. But it's basically just a series of loops and tails, and I use a piece of floral wire, of course, to find a spot, wire it into the tree, make sure that everything is nice and open and fluffed, and that my loops are nice and wide and open. And I just carry that down the tree, and then I trim the ends at an angle. And this ribbon is actually from last year. I just take the bows apart and roll it around itself to keep it nice and keep the round curvature of the ribbon. But yeah, I save most ribbons, unless it's like a cheapy ribbon. I save them and use them year to year, especially ones that I really love, like this one. So here we are making another bow, finding her home and tucking her into the tree, having a little glass of wine out of our Waterford Crystal, not sponsored, but just throwing it out there, and then back to the ribbon. A little dance. Oh, I just realized that the lights to the tree were not on the entire time. It was so late at night. Yeah, I forgot. So this ribbon here is a wine colored ribbon. It has a lovely kind of glittered gold glitter brocade running through it. So I do the same method, making the loops and tails, and I just tuck it normally into the heart of the previous bow. The ribbon before was 4-inch. This is a 2.5-inch. So I like to just tuck it in the heart of the previous bow, and then I will begin to cascade her down the tree as well. And this ribbon, I'm cutting the ends in a dovetail, as you can see, because I felt like it was just more appropriate for this ribbon. You can do a dovetail, you can do it angled, you can do curved, you can do straight. It all just depends on the mood that you're in and the mood that you feel like your tree is in. Yeah. And you guys will learn soon that ribbon is most definitely my favorite part of Christmas decorating. I just find it so it's just so magical, the movement and the different colors and patterns and textures, and it just adds such a surreal vibe to things, especially a nice quality heavily wired ribbon where you can make huge loops, huge bows, and just really make the ribbon dance through the tree or through whatever you're decorating. I love it. I absolutely love Christmas ribbon. And next, this is also a 2.5-inch ribbon, and she's a somewhat of a muted champagne glittered open net. I like to use these last because the light can really resonate through the open pattern of the ribbon, and it adds obviously some glitz and some glitter, but it really adds a sense of elegance even when you're doing something that's kind of shabby chic like this and rustic. I feel like it always needs a little bit of elegance. Next is time for ornaments. I have these shatterproof 6-inch clear with snow and cranberries inside. I also have these beauties, some of my absolute favorites. It's a crackled transparent kind of mercury glass and a nice rich warm cognac color. These are 5-inch baubles. They are glass, not shatterproof, so I'm being very careful. And then I have these kind of vintage looking gold mercury glass. They have a little bit of a mirrored effect as well. They're also glass, so I'm being very careful. And these are, they're not nautical, maybe they're nautical stars. I don't really know. They're some type of star. I mean, I like to use these coming out of the tree vertically. I think they add a sense of whimsical to it. And then I have these heavily flocked wooden snowflakes that have little kisses of glittered pine cones. And these are actually tree toppers, but I just use a little bit of floral wire and just anchor them into the tree. I have some that do not have flocking as well, and I'm putting those in. I like to, even when I'm doing flocked trees, I like to use things that are not flocked, just for the added texture and the added chaos of it all. And I just find them a home. You have to be forceful sometimes. And these are champagne glittered snowflakes as well. They are the same fabrication as the glittered ribbon from before. These are some lovely 4.5-inch birch baubles, and they add a nice rustic flair. These are feathered, obviously shatterproof, they're on foam, 4.5-inch, and these, absolute gorgeousness. They're, this isn't an onion shape. I can't remember what this shape is called. I'll remember for you guys, but they're glass, gold with feathers on the top. What is this shape called? It's not an onion, it's not a teardrop. I'm gonna remember and tell you guys, I promise. And these beauties are not shatterproof either. They're glass and they have tiny little opaque bugle beads sprinkled around them in a spiraling pattern. They're lovely as well. And these, this shape again. These have a wonderful cool gray tone to them, and they're hand painted. They have a little bit of a burgundy and white leaf motif. Put her right in the center where everyone can see. And these are little shatterproof, wait, no, these are glass baubles with greenery on the inside, and they have a sprinkling of frosting and flocking on the top. Love these. Love these. These are hand painted as well. These are onion shaped. They're glass. They have gold leaf flaked on the inside and some satin paint on the outside. I've had these a couple years. I've broken one or two, so I'm always trying to be very careful with them as well. But I love them. And these cute little snowshoes, so adorable. So adorable. I only have two. I wish I had more. And now I'm going in with picks. After I've done the majority of my ornaments, I like to fill the negative space with picks in a lot of different shapes and colors and textures. And just like before, I'm opening them up so they can breathe. They have some life. There's some airiness to them, and just all different types of stems. Eucalyptus, pine, I even use some magnolia leaf, just lots of texture, which just helps elevate almost anything. And just like that, she is done. So come close and I will show you all around.
Thank you guys so much for joining me today on Asia O'Hara Home. It's been so much fun decorating this tree with you guys, but stick around because we have so much more to do. Make sure you like and subscribe if you had a good time today, and I will see you next time. Bye.